Guys, let's move on to something Sideshow related. So I put Revenge of the Waitlist as sort of a, being kind of facetious, but basically Sideshow has obviously seen a lot of people going the no-po strategy and us preaching it. No-po, don't pre-order anything. You can wait, you can get it discounted. So why would you pre-order, right? And now they're taking their revenge by saying, okay, you sons of bitches, don't pre-order anything. We're going to waitlist everything you want, right? They're doing that more so for business, not to spite us, but you know what I mean. So there's one actually that is getting close to waitlist, and that was a little bit surprising to me. The Green Goblin Deluxe version, the OG Goblin, and not quite out yet, but low stock, right? And this is not set to come out for at least probably another 6 months. So, and this is about to hit waitlist. And there are figures like Peacemaker, like we talked about before the show. There's Kate Bishop. There's figures that are coming out much later than this that have hit waitlist already, actually. So what do you guys think about this? Is this going to be sort of the new path moving forward? Do we need to pre-order things that we want? Because to me, I'm with this one, I'm still holding firm a little bit. I'm still gonna be like, I mean, I don't think they're bluffing. I don't think they're bluffing at all. But I do think what they're doing, like we've all probably talked about, they're gonna gauge interest from the wait list. They're going to make another batch based on that wait list. A lot of people's wait lists are going to convert, like Shane, you've talked about. Like a lot of people's wait lists are going to convert, and then people are going to get this if they end up wanting it. But they're trying to incentivize people to pre-order by creating a little FOMO and hysteria, which makes sense because they're hungry for pre-orders probably. So Shane, what do you think? Is this the new way of the future? Do we need to adapt?
I think it's all to do with like there's only two really things that are happening here. A, are Hot Toys actually producing less? I don't think they are. Or B, is it just Sideshow don't want dead stock? I do think it's B. I don't think it's a tinfoil hat moment. I don't think they're like sitting around that evil Dr. Evil table and trying to trick everyone. I think it's just they got stung so much from the dead stock. So backstage, I kind of explained what I was doing. I don't really order from Sideshow, so it really doesn't affect me. Plus, a lot of the stuff that has gone waitlist, I wasn't going to get anyway. So again, what I just did anyway, just as an experiment, is every time something goes to waitlist that shouldn't really be gone to waitlist, like for the likes of that Peacemaker or whatever, I'm clicking add to waitlist just to see will they convert or not. So far, the first one that I did that for was Peacemaker, and I've already been offered it. Now I'm not going to get it, but like it's just a point like that, just kind of see if they're going to come back or will you be put on waitlist indefinitely. So yeah, I don't know yet because I think it's too early to tell. To be honest, I really do think it's too early to tell if you're going to have to readjust everything, as in to go back to pre-order. Maybe that's what they want you to do. Personally, because I don't really buy from Sideshow, it doesn't really affect me so far. Anywhere it hasn't done because I get elsewhere. So yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be going from Nopo to Dopo overnight anyway. But see, I even like when we were preaching Nopo, there was still a few that I was like, okay, I want to get these not locked in, not because I was afraid of missing out. I'm not. It's because I have two lists. Well, I have a wish list, figures I want that I haven't ordered, and pre-order list. And because I wasn't pre-ordering, the pre-order list was getting shorter and shorter, which is great. But the wish list was getting longer and longer, and I was like, wait a second, there is figures on this that I know I want. Why aren't I ordering them? Some like the ones that I think that weren't going to go to bargain bin, especially, or maybe that were like $500, like that Batman and Batsignal pack. So I think it's good to have them on a payment plan. Personally, like I like to have them on a payment plan. So I was kind of still pre-ordering a little bit, but definitely not as much as I was before. So that's where I'm at the moment. Yeah, I don't think you need to rush out and do a U-turn on your pre-order habits, but maybe lock in the ones you really, really want. You're 100% not going to change your mind on.
Yeah, because that's how I feel too, Shane, for the most part. Like I've given the example. If this were Cad Bane, you bet your ass I'll pre-order it. Like I'm not taking the chance, right? But if it's Goblin, which I do want, and I do love it, but it's not like I love it like DX Vader or Cad Bane, where I feel like I need it, right? It's not to that level. If it's one of those, yeah, I'll jump off and I'll pre-order, right? You got me there. You baited me. But for these, I mean, there are still, as of now, say Goblin sells out, right? Alter Ego still has it. You can get it from other places, like probably Comic Concepts, other places, Pop Culture. Hong Kong's resellers have it, I'm sure. So there are other places. I know people like the security and safety of Sideshow, and I do too. But, you know, if you really want Goblin, then it's easy. You should pre-order it. But because I really don't think they're bluffing. besides your waitlist probably converting. But short of that, I mean, there are other places to buy it too. But Marco, what do you think, man, about this waitlist thing? Is this something to monitor really closely, you think?
Yeah, listen, we don't know what the future holds for the runs of Hot Toys. Maybe they're producing less. Maybe these things are going to become a lot more scarce. I definitely have my doubts given that this is coming from Sideshow and they have been pushing the FOMO so hard, whether it's predatory emails that you get for adding a figure to the cart, like hurry, this you're going to miss out on Boba on Throne. We know they produce so many of those Boba on Thrones. It's going to be 20% off plus in the next few weeks, I predict. So, they're pushing hard on the FOMO. They've got banners saying, low stock warning. So their site is very predatory already in their marketing as well. I think this is, a way to, they must have hard data on forcing people into pre-orders. And so this is kind of a way, I think, for them to lock more people into pre-orders, get them on the wait list. When it converts, they feel like it's rare, and then they, lock in an additional pre-order. And then I think when these things drop, for most of them, there should be additional stock. As you mentioned, there's other places to get these figures. It's not just Sideshow. So I'm kind of with Shane. If there's a figure where you really feel like you can't miss out on, if it's going to be the end of the world, if you somehow miss out on it, try to find a retailer that doesn't have any shipping or any sales tax and go ahead and lock in a pre-order, spend your NRD, but do that really sparingly because, I think we're seeing right now, these are so overproduced. There's such intense sales that you don't want to get yourself locked into a bunch of pre-orders because likely these things are going to be sitting around for a while. The economic conditions in the future are very uncertain. So I think the demand for really premium collectibles is going to shrink. And so, I don't know that we're going to be going back to Hot Toys of the old where people are buying a bunch of them to flip them. It feels like that ship has sailed because there's just so many releases right now. There's no way everyone can keep up with all of them. So I'd say everyone hold, be patient, don't freak out. But if there's one or two figures that you really can't live without, then find a good place to lock one in. But beyond that, be patient.
Yeah, and it's interesting, Marco, you mentioned that because I almost feel like it's a glitch because I can share a story. Basically, everyone getting those emails like you referenced, like, oh, you were looking at something, pre-order it before it's gone, right?
Yeah.
I can give a good example of that because I was selling my Dark World Loki like last week, right? So I looked up the figure on Sideshow and then Sideshow started emailing me, say, don't forget to buy Dark World Loki. He's been out of stock for years. So so it's weird. It almost felt like a glitch or something. Like maybe they I don't know what's going on, but they emailed me like maybe 3 times about Dark World Loki. And I was like, guys, for one, I have it. I just sold it. And 2, it's been out of stock for years. So I can't even buy it from you if I wanted to. So it's very interesting. It's almost like an automated glitch or something. I'm not sure
it's
what's
automated.
going on.
I think glitches sounds generous though, because that's giving them the benefit of the doubt that I don't think that they've earned based on other tactics I've seen. And not to beat up Sideshow because their customer service is really top tier and they've done me some solids recently. But I think on the marketing side, they're a bit sketchy in my mind. So glitch or, predatory.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, because for me, I don't know maybe I don't know as much as you do about it, but I wouldn't go quite as far as predatory. But I do get what you mean. I think it's a business. I think they're probably trying to survive like everyone else right now. So,
No doubt.
and
they're not alone, Will. Other companies do that where it's like, you had this in your cart and they email you about it. So don't want to make them seem like they're alone on an island.
No. Yeah, because you're right. I get those type of emails from everyone outside the collecting industry too. Like I was just looking at T-shirts on True Classics, right? And I leave it in my cart and they're emailing me like 3 times, like, hey, you left something in your cart. Like, don't forget. It's like all those companies do that, right? So it's pretty common. But I get where you're coming from for sure. So, but I think they're obviously trying to move stock out of their warehouse because they're discounting everything all the time. And just wait until Black Friday, and then we got the Christmas sales they'll do too. And Spooktacular is ongoing right now, where like everything in stock is 13%, and they're getting other transactions going on. So yeah, it's but I do think this waitlist thing. I think this is the new thing. Like for the older figures, where Sideshow already put in orders, I don't think you're going to see this as much. But I think for everything going forward, I think this is how it's going to go. So I don't think you have to pre-order like Dopo for especially more popular figures like Darth Vader DX. I don't see that going anywhere anytime soon because they probably want to sell as many of those as possible because they know they can. And the same with Cad Bane. But as far as and Goblin's even pretty popular. I say Goblin's like middle tier popularity, I would say. Like he's very popular, but like Kate Bishop, Gilgamesh, I'm surprised Thena's not on waitlist already, honestly. Like figures like that not that many people are pre-ordering probably. I could see those going pretty quickly. So I wouldn't see any need to like hop on it right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway, so guys, we'll monitor this and see how things go, but interesting developments.